per your choice to the particular solution you are trying to implement. Right below the workspace, here you are having an object bar that consists of the different entities that we have defined in this solution. The entities that we have defined for the demo agile solution are the projects, releases, sprint, product backlogs, scrum, test cases. And underneath you can find that this is a dashboard that the product owner Bobby is having access to. And this kind of a dashboard gives detailed information about the various aspects of the information when you are looking into this agile project or you are working on it. Okay. So let me go. I will come back to this dashboard and the various reports included over here later. So now let me go into the project detail of the particular project we will be using for this presentation. Now for the sake of time, we have created some projects, and for this session I will be using the demo tool integration project. As you can see that this project has been scheduled to be a year-long project starting from December 2010, and it's planned to be finished by 30th of November. A specified budget is also provided and would take around $120,000 to as the total planned cost that has been estimated. Now this is a custom form for the project entity, and the plan started and the plan finish date and the rest of the information are available on this form for viewing as well as for modifications and all. Now I would be using the term entity quite a lot in this presentation. So as an entity in Kovair terms, we mean it's a unique characteristic by its own for tracking information. An entity is of a similar concept like a logical table in a database. Under an entity you can define different kinds of fields. You can create different kinds of views for displaying the existing data in different formats. You can create filters by means of which you can search relevant records for the ones which you are working. You can define a process for generating the task for the respective users as a record is being submitted under that entity. You can also automate business rules by policies. You can create different kinds of reports, and also you can create different kinds of traceability relationships among the entities and also an entity to itself, so that you can link records among these different entities and thereby can have the advantage of tracking a record, either tracing it forward or backward in managing the different artifacts that you are managing in a particular solution with the different entities. So in this custom form there also exists this relation section where called releases, which has been this particular project has been decided that it would be completed in 3 releases consisting of 4 months each. And as you can see that currently December 2010 to 2011 March release is in progress, and the rest 2 are yet to begin. So this is a relation section which allows you to link relevant records to the parent one. And let me drill down to this release to get to its details. Now, as I move on to the release custom form, here you can find different other fields are available that you are tracking for a release record. Similar to the project form, here also we also have a section called sprints, that a release is broken into further smaller iterations. And here you can find that this December to 2011 March release is broken down into 3 sprints consisting of 4 weeks each or a 1 month duration. The December sprint, which has already been completed, as you can see the percentage completed is 100%. The total actual time spent to implement all the work items under this sprint is 113 hours. And currently January 2011 sprint is in progress. And the March sprint has not yet been entered but will be later on due course. Now let me take you to the product backlogs and show you that how we have organized our product backlogs. Now in Kovair, under an entity, you can create different kinds of entity types. So you can categorize an entity into further subtypes. Over here, using this particular feature, we have categorized the product backlogs into 4 major categories. At the top, we have kept epics. The epics are the customer specifications that are received at a very high level. Now, the epics are broken down into smaller features, and further, a feature is broken down into smaller user stories. Then these user stories are evaluated, they are estimated, assigned to sprints, and eventually gets worked on. So apart from these 3 categories, we also have another category called issue, when the testers are testing on the work items that the developers are implementing. So whatever bugs or issues that they are receiving, they can also track that under the product backlog entity under the particular type issue. So in this way, you can create an entity and categorize the different subtypes, and can break the entity into a number of subtypes and track the composite of all the types under a single entity. Now here I will log out and log in as an analyst, and would start the flow by submitting a user story, and would show you how that user story is moving from its transition to end. So let me log in as an analyst called Mark. And here you will find that Kovair allows you to set up different preferences sets for the different users, and allows you to land up in different pages based on the frequency and your work that you are doing inside the Kovair application. So as you have seen earlier, that once Bobby logged in, he was landed up in the dashboard page, whereas once Mark logs in, it directly lands up on the My Task page. And here are the different workspaces that Mark is having access to. So let me select the particular solution. And here I am taken to the product backlogs land up page directly. So from here I will create a new product backlog. Now based on the different entity types we have created under product backlog, you can create different entity forms for each of these types. So as you can see, here are the various entity forms that we have created. So this is an advantage in Kovair, so that the fields created under the same entity are categorized under the different forms, so that users who are working on specific types can view only the information or the fields that are pertaining to that particular entity type. So here let me create a user story. Let's say export contacts, export contact lists to Excel. This is a user story. The responsible, let's say, is Scrum Master Tom. Let me put in some description for this. And at the same time, let me allow to link this user story to a feature. So here is the release, here is the feature relation section. Relate existing allows me to open up the list of available features that are there with me. I select the contact management as the feature. And save this. Now once I save this user story, the Kovair has an inbuilt process engine that triggers a process and has generated the activities for a particular owner, who is the Bobby, to review this user story and approve it. Also, as an end user, the administrator configures this kind of a process. You can define multiple processes under an entity belonging to each of the types. You can also create multiple versions of a single process, and you can manage those separately. Now, as an end user, if you want to view at which particular stage the current pending activity is standing for this entity type or the user story, so here is a process designer image that allows you to view a real-time process and the activities that are currently pending. So as you can see, the blue one is the current pending activity for the product owner to review it. So let me quickly log in as Bobby and show you how you can complete and work on your task. So here, once Bobby logs in, he's taken to this dashboard page, and from here I will click on the My Task section. The My Task section is a central inbox kind of a page which enlists all the pending tasks for the logged in user. If the user is having access to multiple workspaces, then the user is will be displayed all the tasks that are coming from all the different workspaces. So the My Task page is independent of any of the workspaces. So here is the task to review. So Bobby logs in, and here is the details of the task form. Here is the source item that this task is belonging to. The activities to review, some instructions are also been provided, and here is the parent field section. The parent field section are actually the fields pertaining to the source entity, which is the user story. But the essence of including this parent field section is you can do your job right from here and do not need to navigate to the different parts of the application to update all this information. So you can concentrate on your task and do all the information you wish to update. So here, let's say Bobby, after reviewing the user story, updates it to approve and assign it to the December 2011 March release, and he feels that the rating to be a must-be feature, a must-be user story to implement. He updates this information, and once done, he can also provide in some comments for other stakeholders to view. So in case of a distributed agile where maybe the different teams are located in different geographical locations, then any member can get into this comment section to view what are the conversations. So here is some comments entered by Bobby that this is quite an interesting thing, and I've approved it. And save this, and with the comment saved and his job done, he completes the task. Now as Bobby has completed this particular task, the completed task is erased out from his plate. And now if I look into the process, refreshing it, here you will find that now the process has moved forward to the estimators to estimate, and now this is the current activity. So now let me go back to the process view and show you who are my estimators. So here you can see Paul and Thomas are the two managers who will be estimating how much time it might take to implement this user story. So let me quickly log out and log in as one of the managers, Paul, to do the estimation. Now Kovair allows you to do the estimations in various mechanisms. We have implemented a very simple format of planning poker. Here the users can do a very rudimentary level planning poker mechanism and can enter the information in this particular grid. So Kovair have given you a data structure by means of which multiple users can enter the information, multiple information provided by multiple users can be stored with respect to a